Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, my name is Dr. Tina Alton, President of Nations of Women, and bringing to you the Business Owners Advice and Tips Support Network, which is the BOATS Network. It's our initiative to support you as a business owner during these unprecedented times in the outbreak of the coronavirus. With me today, I have the one and only amazing Fadi Naffah, all the way from Lebanon, and he's going to be sharing with us some really key information around how to lead yourself during, crisis, if you will, how to lead your team, what kind of mindset and what kind of strategies you need to have when it comes to leading your team, as well as how to lead your customers during these times. But before we go into that, I want to introduce you and let Fadi take a moment to tell you why he is an expert, because he's one of those people within my personal network that I will go to and say, Fadi, this is what's going on. How can I do that? And I respect him immensely. So over to you, Fadi. Please share a little bit about yourself with our listeners.
Thank you for the great introduction. So practically, I've been in the business world for the past 17 years. By trade, I am a telecom and computer science engineer. I service many industry, more than 6 or 7 industries. For the past 4 years, I'm working intensively to support SMEs and advisory and mentoring across Africa, Europe, and Middle East. And currently, I am a director at an NGO called Veritech, handling a USAID funds program called Lebanon Enterprise Development, where we support SMEs across Lebanon to overcome technical challenges so they can grow.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And I don't know about Lebanon, but here in the UK, as at last night, I think it's about 8:30, something like that, our Prime Minister announced that we're going into lockdown. So we see, this trend across like all the nations. Surely it is a little bit of scary times for business owners, but what is the first thing in terms of mindset? How does the business, what kind of mindset should the business owner really have and carry in these times of great uncertainty?
Great question. First and most importantly is acceptance. You need to admit that we are in crisis, and the crisis does happen, from hurricane to financial crisis. In each year, you hear about a crisis in a specific geographical location around the world. This time, it's almost worldwide. So the first response is we need to accept that we are in crisis. And we need to take note that our response to the crisis will determine how much positively, because we can have a positive impact, and how much negatively we're going to be impacted by the crisis. And the key point we need to keep in mind that the crisis will pass. Nothing lasts forever. The crisis will pass.
Wonderful, thank you. So what about, even where there is no crisis? I mean, we do have individuals who struggle to really accept what, the reality, if you will. We would say they live in oblivion. What about those individuals who naturally struggle to accept the reality of a situation? What should they do?
First, let me talk about a practical point, which I call it, under the leading yourself as a business owner, the well-being point. As a business owner, there's some mechanical thing that you can do to uplift your morale, to change your mindset. Now, as you said, since yesterday, 8:30 p.m., UK in a lockdown, and most of the country around the world are either in an official lockdown or an unofficial stay-at-home initiatives. So you are not computing back and forth to your work. Take advantage of that extra time. At least do these 4 things. Exercise on a daily basis between 15 to 30 minutes, especially in the morning. This will get you up to speed and uplift your morale. And there's a lot of free app out there, just you can download them without the need of any machine. Using your own body weight, you can exercise. Point number 2, read articles and books, especially read articles about your industry. This will keep you up to date, what's happening around the world, what other people are doing. If you are down and you don't have the moral capacity to come up with things, see what others are doing. This will help you to navigate through the crisis and build your future. Point number 3 is take care of your soul, whether meditating or praying, whatever suits you best. You need to empty your mind on a daily basis so you can keep going. For the last point, and that's most important point, watch less crisis-related news. Once a day is more than enough to stay up to date. More than that, it will only add up to your drama and bring you down.
I like that. Watch less crisis-related news and have less drama in your life.
Yeah.
That is very, very important. Thank you so much for that. And so now we think about, okay, they've got up and they've got themselves in the right frame mind and they're feeling a little bit positive. What about their teams? Because I guess as leaders, now is the time where our teams are really looking up to us for support, for strength, for direction. But unfortunately, most teams can't be together. They're having to work remotely. So what are some of the key things that a business owner should think about as far as their leadership, towards their team?
Okay. The same. The first point is well-being. You, as a business owner, you have a lot on your plate.
Yeah.
And your team, as you said, is looking up to you, waiting your decisions, your guidance on how to navigate the crisis. And believe me, you need a strong soldier to win the war. So advise them also to take care of their well-being, the same way we just discussed. This is point number 1. It's very important. Point number 2, keep the human interaction. And by human interaction, it's not text or even a phone call. You do regular video conferencing, because this is the next best thing to physical face-to-face interaction. Will keep you connected, will uplift their morale, and then keep them motivated. Another point, don't push them to come to work. Work from home. A lot of tasks can be done remotely as efficiently as in the office. And now is the best time to discover those tasks. And maybe after the crisis, you'll embed a working from home culture in your company. Point number 3, and it's very, very important, get their buy-in. You as a business owner, don't be alone, and don't let them feel that they are alone. Involve them in big decisions. Take their input. You will be amazed about the innovative ideas that they have to find the best next product or service that you can offer during time of crisis, or the amount of sacrifices that they are willing to take to keep the business running and keep their jobs. Point number 3, and it's very, very important, a lot of them have a lot of free time right now. So help them to sharpen their skills, sharpening their existing skills, okay, or gaining new ones that will help you in your recovery plan after the crisis, okay? So you need to think of working also for the future of your business, not only the current. And if you are still have ongoing business activity, don't overwhelm them with subjective requests. Have a clear expectation on a weekly basis. Agree with each one of them. What are you expecting from your teammate, okay, your employee, to do this week? So tell them beforehand your expectation. This will help them and will help you. You will not be frustrated, and they will know what to deliver this week. The final part, it keeps them informed. Keep regular formal meeting for the entire team, especially if they are not physically present. Use video conferencing, share with them some business status, business information, what's going around. They will feel responsibilized and they will feel motivated and they will give back into your business.
Wonderful. That is amazing. I love that. I'm taking notes, by the way. This is really, really good. Now, obviously, every business relies on its customers, and customers are human beings as well. And this feeling of uncertainty and, oh my gosh, what's going on? And, there is recession coming. It's affecting these customers who are also human beings. How should the business owner, how do you even think about your business, your customers? Are you still marketing to them? Like, how do you manage them? Because they're a very important part of your business.
Here also, I would like to talk about quick 7 point, okay? First, provide value. Stop selling. Stop pushing people to buy. Stop selling. Start helping people by providing value. Think of how you can help your customers, how you can help your surrounding, what kind of support that you can provide them based on your business activity. Point two, and this is a killer point, don't hit and run. Your customer will remember how you treated them long after the crisis has passed. So don't overprice your product, taking advantage of the crisis. One question for you as a business owner, if you tried your best to support your customers, they will remember this. This is very important. Point number three, go to them. Instead of your customers coming your way, why don't you go to them? If you're not online yet, now is the perfect time. Also, you can shift some unused workforce to do the delivery. Or if it's not your case, agree with a delivery service. And if you can afford, offer the delivery for free. Believe me, this kind of thing, it will be much appreciated by your customer. Have a new offering. Yes, even in time of crisis, have a new offering. Create a new offer, new packages. Maybe if you are a service industry, you can have a pay-as-you-go model, okay? Or maybe you can bundle a couple of products. The customer will appreciate it. They will consider that you are supporting them. You are standing by their side. Marketing, definitely. Most people will cut their budget on marketing. From my perspective, it should be the opposite. Marketing, marketing, marketing. Keep your customer informed. Keep your customer need to know if you're still open or close. What's your new schedule? If you're open, what are the measures that you're taking to make sure that your visiting customer are safe? Okay, what are the new services that you're providing? And this time also, there's a lot of other businesses who already closed, and the customer of those businesses are looking for that service that you might be providing. So marketing will help you also attract new customer, not only maintain your old customer.
Wonderful. That is amazing. I love that in terms of, don't marketing should carry on, but it's not about, forcing, buy,
Exactly.
or we've got this and it's, prices are astronomically. I mean, here, paracetamol, which some of it was less than 50 pence. And it's now like £5. And it's like, wow, I know how much you used to sell it. So, things like that don't build trust, which is
Definitely.
quite key, especially in these times. I love what you shared about utilizing the downtime, both of your team to develop their skill and also offering free services as well. There are some, services that can't be delivered remotely, such as healthcare. So for a business owner in the healthcare industry, what are your advice to them as they're thinking about utilizing like digital technology, both for their team, for example, and for customers? Can you share with us maybe one or two strategies on how they can do still engaging with customers, still engaging with team, and keeping themselves safe?
Here, as I said, you need to keep your customer informed. If you're a dentist and you're open for urgent cases, keep them informed that you're open from what hour to what hour. What are your opening hours? Keep them informed what are the measures that you're taking as soon as they are at your at your doorstep. All this kind of information will keep trust, will help your customer to come in terms of crisis. From my perspective, for not urgent medical cases, even the customer will wait or they will give you a call. Maybe in some cases you can use video conferencing, so you keep the human link in analyzing and diagnosing what the customer is feeling. So it depends on your case, but the most important is keep your customer informed about what are you doing, how are you doing it, so they can feel comfortable by visiting you and getting your service.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that. So I'm just going to quickly recap all the valuable information you've shared with us. And you started by saying, as an individual, we have to accept the situation which we all are in, irrespective of country, what size of business, is that there is a crisis, but also be mindful and keep at the front of mind that it will pass. You shared about like exercising, reading in the industry to improve our skills, taking care of ourselves, whether it's medication or meditation or praying or anything that keeps us calm. And I love, like watch less crisis news, right? Less crisis related news. That is very good. So before we let you go, what is the magic word on the lips of Fadi? If there is a magic wand you can wave to make everything good for the business owner, if there's one word you can give them to give them hope, what is that one magic word?
I will one word and I will explain it. Pay it forward. Pay it forward. If you as a business owner did what we just discussed, and your supplier who's also a business owner did the same, and your customer who's a business owner or an employee at the business, and your employees did the same, taking responsibility, uplifting all people around us, imagine what would the outcome be? Just think of that.
Beautiful. I love that. So pay it forward and create that cycle of everybody doing the best they can. I love that very much. So thank you again for your valuable time. And if Lebanon doesn't go into lockdown, I think we're all going to move into Lebanon.
We are into officially. The company is in lockdown. The airport is closed. The harbor is closed. But internally, we have like a little bit yet free mobility for the basic services. But we are in an unofficial lockdown.
Wonderful. So if you've listened to this segment and you have any further questions or you need desperate help, please be in touch with us now at nationsofwomen.com. We will connect you to Fadi, who'll be more than happy to support you and advise you and guide you. So Thank you again for being part of our Boats Network.
Thank you, Tina, for this initiative.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.